Hey everybody, welcome back to A Brief on Grief. Um, Today I wanted to speak about something that's very important. And I truly believe, as you can see by the title of this video, I truly believe that this pain or faulty, I'm going to say faulty, preface it with faulty belief that we don't matter is, I truly think it is the pain of all of us in humanity, if not the top. So feeling like you don't matter can also look like or feel like or sound like in your head, I'm not valued, I'm not important to this person, I'm not important to whatever. I'm not seen, I'm not heard. What I'm giving to this or this person is not important or valued. I'm not a priority in somebody's life. Like there is lots of different versions of how this can manifest. I know this from my own life. I know this from talking to other people who have courageously shared about this pain that we all share. So I know that I've created something along this lines before a couple of years ago, but I wanted to create another one because it's that important to speak again in case you missed the original. Also, because as I explore this lie, this lie of a belief that I have in my head that I don't matter, or another version of it that pops up in my head is I'm not worth the effort, like to somebody to initiate contact, to do follow through with things, whatever. So it can kind of look like or sound like that in my head as well. So that might resonate with you as well. So I'm bringing this up. I'm talking about this again today because I was exploring this belief. I was exploring this belief the last actually month or so. As I worked on some inner child work in some training that I'm doing. And this is always something that I've explored with, but I explored it in a new level. And of course, divinely, something happened this week. Two things happened this week to trigger this very strongly. And I actually think that it was meant to be that way. Because in the last few years, as I've been exploring, challenging this belief, I have a mentor and a group, with the tapping stuff that I do that really brought the truth to me. So I've been playing with that truth that it's actually not about my worth in somebody, the view that somebody sees as my worth in the relationship, or my overall value to them, or overall value in life, or the fact that I don't matter, whether I matter or not, or don't matter. It's about what the other person on the other side is capable of doing. Right? It's about what they're capable of doing, saying, not saying, and whether that's the kind of connection that's important to you or the kind of connection that you value. Again, this is all unique within us and we get to decide what feels good or not. But when somebody is not able to connect with us in a way that we desire, that it's not personal about us, although we often jump to make it personal about us. And I have spent many years jumping to make it personal about myself. But in the last few years have reshifted what the truth actually is. So yes, as with these core painful beliefs that we have that have a lot of trauma and a lot of pain linked to them, it's not so much intellectually knowing it, but sometimes your body still feels the pain of that lie. So that's like the whole journey with all of this, and our journey in general in life is trying to reprogram that stuff. First logically and then physically in our bodies so that we know it and feel the truth that is actually truth and not the painful lie we've been telling ourselves all our life. So where was I going with that? Let's just jump right at in my desire to do that. Of course. Oh, sorry. What I wanted to say. Yes. So I wanted to stay on that topic. We can intellectually know that it's not personally about us, but we got to feel it and we got to process some of that pain of that belief that we've held all our years that it's not about us. And in that, seeing the truth that it's actually just people, everybody around us, including ourselves. If we look at a close look at ourselves, all the decisions and actions we make are around. We're solely thinking about what's best for ourselves and what we feel safe in and what relationships feel safe and what we desire and what we value, and trying to lead our life that way. That can be really hard to do and super vulnerable. So then when you see it that way, you see that everybody else is leading their actions like that too. And we're very aware, and I'm very aware of when I'm in states of pain or stuff that impact the way I can be there and be around for people, or the way I can initiate to connect with people. So again, it's not about blaming the people around us, but it's just about seeing our common humanity in the struggles with this, but also seeing the common humanity with our struggles, but not taking other people's actions personally, meaning that it's something wrong with us or something lacking, or that we don't matter or don't value, or all those other statements that I shared at the beginning. So somebody who inspires me a lot gave this kind of analogy one day. So I'm going to try to remember. Hopefully this makes sense to people. He said, don't be disappointed if you go looking for bread at a butcher shop, or say a pharmacy, right? If there's things that you're looking for and things that you deserve in connection and in your life, and you get to situations or people that are not capable or not willing to give them to you, like a butcher or a pharmacy cannot give you fresh baked bread, then step back and let go of those and keep moving on, looking for the bakery that will give you the dessert, the fresh bread that you deserve and that you're looking for. So I think that that's kind of a phenomenal analogy, and I got a reminder of that very recently, which is part of what's inspiring this video. The other part that's inspiring this video is what happened this week. So again, I've been playing with this belief and trying to shift it and trying to get my logical brain and my body on the same page, right? So in that, the universe delivered something that was very, very in my head, like in my face. Like I could not avoid it. Earlier this week, I had the experience of having two people, so a friend and somebody I didn't know, just no show on me for something that was planned without letting me know. And I have never in the 45 years in my life had that happen to me, besides people that have just kind of stepped away and over an argument or whatever, or things that happened when I was young. But I've never in my adult life, never had this happen. And I had this happen twice in one day, not only in one day, but within an hour of each other. I had two people, one stranger, one friend, just no show and not let me know. And it was incredibly disappointing and incredibly upsetting, and brought up a lot of different feelings. And of course, this is one of the examples that can bring up that lie of, wow, I didn't matter enough for them to let me know that they changed their mind. I didn't, just all of those lies. But what I realized that night when that happened, I was just like, that didn't even come to my head. I was like, this is so clear that has had nothing to do with me, when in the past I might have taken this personally or thought that I did something wrong. So it was very, very apparent that night that it was not personal, that it was all about the other side and whatever pain and discomfort they were feeling that created the behavior. And it was so very apparent. And in that, and in reflecting and kind of processing that the last few days, I realized, wow, I'm like super grateful that those two, wham, came into my world. This situation came into my world like at the exact time that I was looking for a way to kind of make that disconnect between the lie and what the truth is, and making the connection between what I knew, what the new truth was, and that my body felt that truth as well. And this was a huge step towards that. So all in all, grateful that happened this week, although I struggled with a lot of different emotions related to it, and different emotions because the person that I didn't know, I felt differently versus the person that I did know. And it was just very, very interesting. So in that, it reminded me of how important it is to shift these things that are lies in our lives, and how much of a common pain, this pain that I don't matter, or I don't value, or I have no importance or priority in somebody's life, I'm not worth the effort, all these versions of basically not feeling loved in relationships or in things that happen in life, and how important it is to speak that, because I know everybody feels it. So that's that. Okay, I hope you felt seen. in what I shared there. I hope it resonates with you, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye. Oh, I lost the stop button, and there it is. Bye.